Good evening, everyone. My name is Natalie Rivadeneira, and the subject of my talk is constituent structure. It is divided in 4 parts: ellipsis, substitution, transposition, and coordination. Ellipsis is the omission of a word or group of words we think are unnecessary. It can be identified by the points that are used to indicate a suspended or interrupted thought or fragment of speech. For example, Andrea likes bananas and Alexander does too. Alexander does too is the elliptical, and the does too replaces the bananas. Next, John ate it in the kitchen and Mary did so in the car. Here the constituent is ate it, because when we replace it with did so, it is understood that we are talking about the action of eating it. Another function is to get shorten the quote by replacing a chunk of words with an ellipsis. The important aspect is that it doesn't change the meaning. For example, before the presentation, I went to her house, which was a few meters away of the teacher, and then went together. When we replace it, it turns to: before the presentation, I went to her house, and then went together. It can be used to create suspense or pause, like she heard a dreadful noise and saw her cat vet. Substitution. It consists in replacing a sort of phrase or word with another word or filled phrase of the same type. It is usually filled by words such as want, so, or do to avoid repetition. For example, the boys at school. First, it is important to identify which is a constituent, and we can do so by asking, does this part function like a unit? Here, the boys is a constituent because I can replace it with they, and it does not change the meaning of the sentence. Play at school is another constituent, and it is a verb phrase. After replacing it, turns to they play at school. Remember that if we have a noun phrase or a verb phrase, it must be replaced by a phrase of the same type. A new cinema has opened near my house, but I have never been there. There replaces the cinema. Elena will go to Italy next month. I think I will go then too. Then replaces next month. I really loved your muffins. Can I have another one? You will get married before I do. The do replaces getting married. Transposition. Transposition, or also known as movement, consists into moving a phrase into a new position. This is mainly used for preposition phrases or something that is acting as an optional piece of information. For example, John ate potatoes in the kitchen. In the kitchen is the prepositional phrase, and we put it in the front and turns to: in the kitchen, John ate potatoes. I like half-pound sticks. Turns to half-pound sticks is what I like. The man bought a new phone at the store. Turns to at the store, the man bought a new phone. We usually dance in the morning. We take in the morning, I put it in the front and turns to In the morning, we usually dance. Coordination. It is known as the way that two or more words which belong to the same category are linked together by using coordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions, and conjunctive adverbs. It has different structures that can be conjoined. For example, conjoined sentences like John and the man sitting next to Mary are nice people. John is a noun phrase, and is the conjunction, and the man sitting next to Mary is the noun phrase. The fact that I can join these two noun phrases means that each one is a constituent and they are both constituent of the same type. Therefore, if we have a noun phrase and the other one is a noun phrase too, it's okay. But if they are not, like a verb phrase or a noun phrase, it just can't. The conjoined verbs, I can sing and read in Italian. The conjoined nouns and the noun phrase is Alexis and Maria Jose got married. The constituents are extremely important by the time we are learning a new language because it teaches the way which we can work with tons of sentences without making repetition of the words that we most of the time use usually, and it takes us to the next level of advanced language, which will help us to improve our skills and to communicate in a better way. That's all for today. Thank you very much.